So everybody complains about the throat tones, those notes that are in the easy part of the horn. If you read the lecture, I mentioned that's George Townsend's term for it. Those notes would be open G, G sharp, A, and A sharp, or B flat as your kids know it best. And they sound so bad because they're easy to blow. There's no resistance to those notes. So kids relax their embouchure and they let the instrument fall out of their mouth and they just don't sound good at all. They're fuzzy and they're usually flat, even though the natural pitch tendency is to be anywhere for those notes. So I think if you, I'll try to emulate sounding like one of your students and play open G. I'll go right up. Open G, G sharp, A sharp. You can see that they're fuzzy and there's no focus and they're flat in pitch. Now all I have to do is tighten up my lips and blow the air at the reed as if I were playing a high note. Playing third space C is something that kids can play very well because it takes a little more strength. So if I play my C and then I play the open G with the same airstream and embouchure formation, embouchure strength, the G should sound pretty good. It went a little flat, and I'm still tuned the way it was during the consensus tuning video, but I could do something else that will really help a lot when I go to the open G, and that is to push the clarinet into my mouth with a very gentle upward motion of my thumb rest. I'm going to push up on my thumb rest. You can see my clarinet move, but you could hear an instant difference for the better. It doesn't hurt, and you want to be sure that you tell the students to push gently up on their thumb rest. So I'll play those throat tones first with just playing like it's the easy part of the clarinet, and then with my right thumb pushing up on my thumb rest. They sound better already, or hear that they sound better already. Now, what about that B flat? That's really a lousy sounding note. It's just the A key and the register key. And it loses its focus because of the resonator for the register key on the inside of the bore. It really messes with the airstream. And some teachers, band directors, like to teach their students to play the A key and the second to the top side key, but that makes the pitch pretty sharp. And it does clear it up, but you can't always use that fingering because of the passage being played. In fact, it's really just to be used for a trill key. Instead, play the traditional fingering, A key and register key, and then add the ring finger of each hand on the tone hole and put down the C key. Now that seems really complicated, but clarinet players go back and forth from B flat over the break to C all the time. So it really helps with technique to keep some fingers on the clarinet and helps going over the break because it doesn't seem to be as resistant for the student. So here's the regular B flat, and then I'm going to add my ring fingers and my C key or low F key. And you can hear that it is nice and clear and not as flat, but also it allows me to slur from B flat to C over the break very nicely. So those pesky throat tones can be fixed by firming up your embouchure, blowing strong airstream right at the reed, But don't forget about pushing the mouthpiece into your mouth a little bit with pushing up on your thumb rest. I use that all the time, and when I don't, I notice a difference.